Hi, I'm Allred. Welcome to Inspired by Pinterest, where I browse around Pinterest looking for amazing ideas to bring to you each week on this show that are created by bloggers and crafters from around the world that share their crafty ideas, and we get to pin them. So today I'm continuing on the leather trail because I had a couple people write in asking me how I did a particular technique, and I thought I would share it in today's episode and then talk about a couple of things that maybe we didn't cover in the previous leather episodes. If you missed them, be sure to go check out the previous 2 episodes where I talk about the amazing GCD studios as well as leather stamping and different techniques that you can use. So today we're going to talk about maybe a scrapbook tool that you already have in your home, an embossing machine. I brought my Cuttlebug here today. You may have any other type of embossing machine. This technique applies no matter what style you have. Then I picked up a bunch of my awesome cool Cuttlebug folders. Hobby Lobby has some great ones as well. I think I have a zebra print. I don't know what I did with that one. That would have been cool. So, and then the different sets that tend to come with these smaller embossing ones that come in real handy. In fact, I purchased this one, I believe at Joann's, and it came as a set with a big honeycomb and a little honeycomb. And I actually did this for a friend. So this is one that I created called the Hive, and we actually did a wash of gold paint over it, and then I stained it and sealed it. And then this lovely little guy came from a set I picked up at the scrapbook store. Had some foam tape on the back. I took that off and E6000 that right to it. And then because my friend's so crazy about beehives and whatnot, she does a boutique called The Hive. I thought I'd do one with her name on it. Now, how I created this technique is simple, and I'm going to show you how to do that today using your embossing machine. So I actually broke this apart because my leather band was longer and I wanted to be able to continue the design. So that's why mine is broken apart. So when I go to use this with paper, I just washi tape it back together. But let me show you that technique using just any folder that you have. So this is a really beautiful rose one. You're going to want to take your leather that you have. Let's take a smaller piece that I have already. And you're going to want to get that wet like always, because remember, the designs emboss much better if it's a little damp. Close that up in your embossing folder. You don't have to spray it in your embossing folder. Go ahead and sandwich that between, I believe I'm using the C top one and the A, for those of you who like to know that. Then I'm just going to feed that through my Cuttlebug. Pull that out. Pull that off. Now look how awesome that rose worked. Now even cooler, it even embosses the back of your bracelet, which I thought was super cool. So you can see that cool honeycomb on the back of that bracelet. And then if you want to get that design to pop, you'll just pull out a little of your stain. Let's just do a little. I wanted Melissa to really, her name to stand out, and you can't see it with just that yellow paint. And I wanted that honeycomb design to stand out. Take a damp, here I have my coffee filters. Rub that in a little bit. You can do a couple of coats, but you can see how I got that in there. Let's add a little bit more to her name. Now, actually a friend of mine, Jen, when she was stamping with me, started to say, why can't we use all those cool embossing folders using this technique? And until that moment, I hadn't really thought about it. So thanks, Jen, for the awesome idea. You can find some really cool leather stamped ideas, but I couldn't find anything on Pinterest, so I'm not referencing any pins on people who have done this with their embossing folder. But look, just to show you some different ideas that I've done. This was actually using one of the smaller ones that I didn't bring. But what happens if I actually opened it up like this, so I had both sides, and put it down like this, not realizing that one side would deboss and one side would emboss. But I still thought it turned out really cool. And then I put that cool stain over top. Now, one thing I didn't talk about in the last episode is how to seal that design. So if you're going to paint on it, you're going to want to seal the design. This is just a clear coat sealer, and you'll just paint that right over top. You can get this tinted as well. I like the clear, so then I don't have to worry about it messing with my design. Just set that aside, and that will seal it in so that months later, when you're still wearing your bracelet in the shower like me, you still keep the paint the same color it started with. But then to show you some other fun ideas with, this would be our cool, this is my measuring tape. And then I had a wood one I did in a previous episode. That's from an embossing folder. And then go back and emboss your name or whatever word you want right over top using your stamps. You can do some amazing things. Look at the different hardware in your scrapbook store. These are cute little Tim Holtz attachments, and you can take, I made my own little miniature leather belt with it. I just glued that right to the end, added that in. It goes together just like a belt. Thought, how cute would that be to go around a vacation album? You can make the leather strip as long as you wanted, stamp the name of your vacation on it. You can have a lot of fun with chipboard and leather using the different tools and things you may already have at your home. So thanks for joining me.